Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Savannah and my channel is all about my knitting progress. That's what I share with you, my knitting, sometimes my spinning, sometimes other crafts, but really it's mostly just knitting. Okay, so if only you could see the setup that is going on here. It is crazy today, but that's only because it is a special video. As you see by the title, this is my WIP Parade, my 2022 WIP Parade. This is something that I learned about in the cross-stitching community. I used to be a very avid cross-stitcher until knitting made its way back into my life, and now that is pretty much all I do. I have not touched cross-stitch in a really long time. So here we are. Oh, what was I saying? The WIP parades in the cross-stitch community. It's where everybody shows all their cross-stitch that they have been working on for that year. So that's easily translatable into knitting. If you have several WIPs like I do, I believe I have about, oh my gosh, did I write it down? I think I wrote everything down so that I try to have like a better understanding of everything. I think I have, yes, according to my notes, I have 14 WIPs. Ooh, 14, and I forgot to grab one. Okay, I went ahead and grabbed it real quick. So now I think I am fully prepared. Fingers crossed, we'll see. Let's go ahead and talk about what I'm wearing real quick, because I did decide to wear something that I actually never ever wear. This is the DK Sugar Boo bralette by Kadri. I made it earlier this year. I guess I should stand up again. Made it earlier this year. I don't wear crop tops. I don't think I'd even wear this as like a bralette underclothes, just because this is a little on the bigger side. So it doesn't fit well, it doesn't support at all. But I got this shirt in the mail this morning. This is a button-down tunic from Express, and I had saw someone on Instagram a couple days ago wear something similar to this, and I'm like, well, there we go. Now I need to make more. I need to make more bralettes. Now I actually have a purpose for them. I'm very excited about this outfit. But anyways, that is beside the point. We are here for all the WIPs that I have. So again, I wrote down everything here. If I need to get any more information, I did bring my tablet down with me as well, so that I could check Ravelry for any information that I might not know on the top of my head. But yes, I have currently 14 WIPs here, and 10 of them I actually started this year. I started 10 of them from this year, so there's 4 that I started. All right, so 2 I started in 2021 that have not been finished yet, and then 2 from actually 2020 that have not been finished yet. So yeah, I'll talk about those as they come, because those are going to be the first 2 on my list, just because that is where we are. Again, all the WIPs. All right. I want to do this in order. Yeah, so that means I'm going to be digging. Okay. So my first WIP is the Twisted Cowl by Knititude. I believe her name is Chantel. I can't pronounce her last name though. Not without like possibly looking at it, but Knititude. So this is my first WIP. I started this March 16th, 2020, and I have not worked on it since 2020. Yeah, I don't think I touched this in 2021, and I definitely know that I did not touch it this year as well. But I really should just pop it back on the needles and get it done, because I just realized that the needles for this are a US 10.5. That is a, what is that? I don't know. Is that like a I don't know if it's a 6.5 millimeter or a 7 millimeter. All I know is it's a bigger needle. I could get this done quickly. This is a cowl, as I said, a twisted cowl. So it looks like the twisted or knotted headband, you know, where it's like twisted, knitted. Why does everything feel like it's moving? But it's a cowl. So all you have to do is knit in the round for several inches. I have not measured this in a really long time, so I don't know how far I am. I know I need to knit about 30 inches before I can do the little twist, and then you just graft it together the way that it's supposed to be. But yeah, I felt the burnout with this because I just felt like it wasn't growing fast enough. But then when I did the Musselburgh hat just recently, that knit fast. So I'm just like, I think I was just really not interested in this at the time. So again, just pop the needles back on and finish it up. The yarn that I am using, this is the yarn. It is from Joann's Fabric. I don't know if they sell this yarn anymore, to be honest, but it's the Hook Nook Yummy. This is 77% acrylic, 20% wool, and 3% viscose in the dusty rose color. I thought it was really pretty when I saw it, and it's super soft too. It's a bulky weight yarn, a US, well, not a US, it's a size 5 on the little thing, so it's a bulky weight. Really pretty. I like the brown tweed in it. I think it would look kind of nice on me, right? It's so soft. So I really think that this one is going to get some priority soon. I'm gonna put it back on the needles. When I'm done with this video, I'm gonna put it on the needles. I believe I was using my Licca needles for this, so I'll put those ones back on here and put this somewhere where it's more accessible for me to knit on. So there is WIP number 1. Put this back in the bag. I made this bag a while ago. I forget what the pattern name is called, but I do like these see-through bags a lot. This bag was not, this is the second one I made, so it was a lot easier than the first one that I made. But I really should make more. All right, that's WIP number 1. WIP number 2. WIP number 2 is in this lovely bag. This is a bag by Chicken Boots, which I think they don't make these anymore, but I won this in a giveaway a while back, and I really should move this WIP out of here because I would love to use this bag. And the fabric is fantastic. It's a knit print. Okay, so this pattern is called the Hyloceras, I think, by Caitlin Grace. I actually have a picture of it. This is like a swancho, so it's a poncho with sleeves. I started this October 20th, 2020. I did not get far with it. I think I was really just frustrated with the fact that I had to do a lot of purling, and I'm a little worried about my size. So with this one, I'm debating a few things. So let me show you where I'm at. And it's in the middle of a round. What? Oh, and I'm very twisted. And I have this, I still have it on needles. These are my Knit Picks needles, but as you can see here, I'm just going to slip these stitches back onto the other needle. There's only 5 of them. So this is what I have finished. It's a bottom up sweater, and you work it flat. So since I started this in 2020, oh, that's from Jen. I started this in 2020. This isn't really my style anymore, but I am thinking about ripping it. Well, I'll have to double check, but I was kind of daydreaming about this, about ripping it out and restarting it in the smallest size for my daughter, because I think she would actually really like it. So it's split open all the way up to the sleeves, and then that's when I think you join in the round. I could be wrong. All I know is that it's split open all the way. Let's see if I have a decent picture. Maybe this one. Let's see here. So split open pretty far up, and then you have your sleeves. Let's see here. It's split, so these are not connected all the way around. I think my daughter would actually really like this, so that's something for me to think about. I'm not sure. I know that I quit working on this because I had to do all this purling. I remember that. And I do kind of psych myself up when I have to do something that I am not comfortable with, whether that's doing a lot of purling or having a crap ton of stitches on my needles. It's not as bad as I make it sound in my own head. Like, it's easy to get through. When I start complaining to myself about it, that's when I kind of like, I don't know. So let me tell you about the yarn. The yarn is from Knit Picks. Let's see here. This is the main color. This one is Hawthorn Fingering in the Cosmic Speckles colorway. And then there's these little stripes that you put in. And this is also Knit Picks. This is Shadow, like Shadow Lace. It's a lace weight in the Raspberry Heather colorway. It's a really pretty color. So I thought these two went well together, and again, I'll show you. It's just, you have to cut the lace stripes every time, because I believe you're knitting and then you're sliding everything back over to finish that, and then you're done with that stripe. So yeah, this is something I'm debating still. Definitely not for me, but maybe for my daughter. We'll see. We'll see. So that's WIP number 2. Again, I should find a different bag to transfer it to so that I can use this for something else. Again, it's another see-through bag. I just really love that print. It's really pretty. All right, WIP number 3. It's in this lovely bag that I made. I found this fabric, or I saw this fabric, and then I searched for it. I thought it was beautiful, so I made this beautiful tote bag. Great for big sweaters. So this is the Long Summer Cardi by Hohi Locatelli. I started this October 3rd, 2021, and I have not touched it since. Let's see here. I have the pattern with the picture right here. I forgot to mention earlier that everything that I am mentioning will be linked in the description below, and if there's anything I missed and you want to know, just comment and I will get that information for you to the best of my ability. But yeah, this is where I'm at. I got to the bottom. I connected the body. I do like it, but I just don't know. I think I'd have to like put it back on needles, because I have it on one of these cords. I'd have to put it back on the needles and see if I actually enjoy knitting this. I don't know. This was a whim start last year. It was just on the whim. I dyed up all the yarn for it, so I dyed all this yarn. I have a lot of it here, several skeins, very pretty. And I just started it, but I don't know if I need it. I don't know if this would work for me, the colors. I don't know. I'm actually debating if I want to post this on my Etsy and just sell as is. whoever decides to buy it could either continue knitting it, or they could rip it out and use the yarn for a different project. I'm really thinking that that is something that could be done, because I've even thought about what would I use the yarn for, and honestly, I don't think I'd use this yarn for anything else, to be honest. So I think I might put this in my Etsy. You would not get the bag, you would not get the pattern, because that is a paid for pattern. So you'd have, if you decided to knit this, you know, just keep knitting what I have already started, you would have to purchase the pattern, but you'd have all the yarn. And I think I was making the medium size. I'm sure there's enough yarn to make the large size, but I would also include all that information as well, so that whoever receives this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to package this all up nicely and go ahead and post it on Etsy. So that might happen in a couple days, maybe. I think it needs to go. I don't think, I know I wouldn't, you know, use the yarn for anything else, and I don't think I'm going to knit this cardigan. And if I did, I would probably pick a different color. So yeah, that one is coming off my WIP list. That one is done. Okay, next one is my color therapy blanket. This one is by Wendy, is it Staples? Warm Stripes. This is a free pattern. I started this December 4th, 2021. I was using my Advent last year to start this project. I'm in the middle of a round. Actually, I could probably finish this really quickly, so 1 second. Let me get to the end. Let me tell you about this blanket. This blanket is pretty awesome because you hold 5 strands of yarn together at a time. So I am holding all fingering weight because I mostly have those kind of scraps. I'm holding 4 strands of scraps, and then 1 strand of a main color, which I'm just using an undyed fingering weight yarn. That way it's kind of cohesive throughout the whole thing. The beautiful sample that's in the pattern, when I downloaded it, I believe she actually used like a maroon color throughout her entire project. It was beautiful. But yes, you hold 5 strands of yarn together. So if you use DK, then I guess you would do maybe 3 strands. Worsted weight, you'd probably do 2 strands. I don't know. And it's on a US 13 needle, which is, let me double check right here. Oh, nope, it's a US 11 or an 8mm needle. And it's all seat stitch. So it's just knits and purls the whole way. And so the way I'm working this, at first when I started this, I was using my Advents, so a lot of my colors were matching up, and I didn't like that. I wanted colors to change every so often, like at least one color be shorter than some of the others. So I did cut off a little bit at a time, and then I decided that I needed to start adding in like scraps with the Advents, so that it really get scrappy. Let me show you. All right, this thing is huge. I forget how many stitches you cast on, but as you can see down here, those were the first 5 days of my Advent, and then it started to slowly transition, but you can see it's kind of stripy, and I didn't want that. So up here I started filtering in some like actual scraps so that it wouldn't be as stripy as down here. So yeah, just again 5 strands of yarn. This is a free pattern. I do have several spots where I've accidentally goofed up and put a knit where it was supposed to be a purl. Definitely right here there's a section. I don't care though. It's a scrappy blanket. So let me show you. And I'm using scraps that are 20 grams or less. Mostly less, but again, my Advent, I haven't wrapped up all of my advents from last year, so. But yeah, this is all my scraps. Oops. There goes some. That way the color changes are faster. I haven't worked on I worked on this earlier this year a little bit, I think for 7 days total. I kind of want to pull this out for this season since I did start this in December last year. I think I should pull this out and work on it a little bit during December, just to get more done on it. But yeah, just a fun little project. The only blanket I have on needles because I'm not going to start more blankets. Okay, what's next? Cosmos by Lisa Renner. This one is one of my main focuses right now, so you might have seen it in some of my recent podcasts. This is a sweater, colorwork sweater. Cosmos, Lisa Renner. I am knitting this as a shop sample for my local yarn store. I'm using all Malabrigo. I am still just chugging along on the body. I did add in a final color though the other day. So I got a little bit more to go before I can do the ribbing, and then the body will be finished. I'm not too thrilled with my progress on this, only because it looks really small, and but I'm not too worried. Again, it's a shop sample. If they want it, that's cool, they can have it. I started this April 5th, 2022, and that was actually the restart. I believe I started this in March, and I got all the way to the sleeve split and accidentally misread the pattern and put these sleeve splits in the middle of the chest and the back. It was a different construction than what I'm used to. Normally with sweaters, you would, when you split for sleeve, you do it after the beginning of the round, but with this pattern, it says to knit to the beginning of the round and then slip those stitches back off, the ones before the stitch marker. So it's like you knit and then you have to go backwards for a minute just to slip them off. So it was a little confusing, and I misread that part the first time. So yes, I restarted this in April, and then I promptly stopped working on it right before these ball, because they're little comets. These are comets with their tails. Right before I started this part, I had actually put it away, and then I recently just picked it up last month and knit all of this. I did also pick a bigger size to knit, but I'm still unsure if this is going to fit me at all, so I'm not too worried about it. I have plans. If the yarn shop wants this as a sample, that's cool. I'm going to give it to them. They can have it. And I don't need it back. If they don't want it, or they do give it back to me after, I do think I would probably sell this on my Etsy. I just don't think it's something that's going to work for me. It's beautiful though. I love the colors. The colors are Malabrigo, Sock. Let's see here. I typically don't mention all the names in my podcast because some of them are difficult to pronounce, but I will try. So we have, let's see here, Under the Sea. Oh, I wish I could remember which one that one was. Let's see here, hold on. You know what? Duh, that's tied on. Under the Sea is this colorway, Under the Sea. And Malabrigo sock is 100% superwash merino, so I don't know why it's called sock, because there's no nylon in it. The orangey brown color is Marta. I love this color, it's beautiful. Marta. Sorry. And then we have Teal Feather, which is this bright teal. Teal Feather. This mirror behind, so I have a mirror behind my camera and it keeps like wobbling and I don't know why. Oh, I think I know why. I have the heater right on it. That's probably not smart. The darkest color at the top of the sweater is this blue, and it's called Court d'Azur. See, that's the one I don't know how to pronounce very well. This is deep dark navy, that's almost black. And then the white is just natural. Natural. So yes. Trying to get the body done before the end of the year, so I really do need to pick it up kind of today. And get that going. Okay, next is my Game of Thrones mittens. Let's see which. Okay, this one. My Game of Thrones mittens by Knitting Lada. I started these February 9th of 2022, and I only have one finished. I was hoping that I could knit these during the House of the Dragon was on HBO, but I could not knit during that show because it was just too interesting to watch. And then this is also heavily color work, so yeah, it wasn't going to happen. I had also planned to have these finished before the end of the year, and that's not going to happen as well. So here is the first mitten. Again, all over color work, let me tell you. My ring is getting caught though. So on the back side, you have half of the Targaryen sigil, and then on the palm, it actually says fire, and then I have BLO for blood, and then the thumb has an F on it so that when you cover up, when you have your hand closed, but mine's kind of twisted, but it's supposed to say fire and blood. So on this is all I have done on the second mitten. So I'm still not to the thumb gusset split, but I'm pretty close. So I have O and D started, and then you'll split, and then there'll be a giant ampersand, and then on the other side is oops, sorry. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out which way this goes. So it's going to be this way. So unfortunately, when you hold your hands up, it's backwards to the people you're showing to, but to yourself, it is the correct way. Which is kind of funny because the picture on the pattern page shows it's the opposite way. So anyways, like when you view out, it is that, which I would have probably preferred because I'm going to show them off more anyways. But they're nice and warm. This yarn and this pattern was gifted to me. Oh my gosh. Was it earlier this year? Or it was last year? There's all my floats. So it's definitely a lot of work. I need to get it finished. The yarn was gifted, the pattern was gifted in a swap. Oops, that's the bag name. I'm not even telling you all the other bags. This bag is from Knit Picks. The basket was from, I think that's from Hobby Lobby actually. Is that it? Okay, and then this bag is Mataroot. The yarn is Ella Ray. Well, the gray color is Ella Ray. This is the Heathered Merino Superfine. So it's 80% fine superwash merino and 20% nylon in the color iron. And then the red one is this Marisol Sulca Legato. It is 60% wool, 20% alpaca, 20% silk, and it is a number 1. So fingering weight, it is fine though, like, and it's burgundy colorway. So let's see here. Looks like it's a mess. This gray is a mess. Oh my gosh. So the gray and the red. They're both very soft. It's very nice. They're going to keep my hands, I would hope, warm anyways. That's what it feels like it would be. I just need to get them done so I can actually wear them, since I do work outside. Okay, did I tell you? Yes, that was number 6. This is number 6. Number 7. Number 7 is Augustine's number 23. This is by Anna Sophie Velling. I started this May 20th of 2022. I'm unsure what I'm going to do with this. So this is actually a skirt pattern. I am actually taking an old project Okay, taking an old project. This is a sweater I knit a few years back. It is actually the Sunday sweater by Petite Knit. Well, it's very wrinkly. I knit this, I don't remember when. Sorry, I knit this in Wonder Fluff by Knit Picks. The sleeves are way too long. Way too long. And the neckband doesn't stretch and the waistband does not stretch. This was before I learned about stretchy cast-ons and bind-offs. And the way I sewed this down, it doesn't stretch. So it was really uncomfortable to wear. I never wore it. I felt like it was way too big for me. I don't think the yarn that I chose was the perfect choice for this sweater. So I decided to go ahead and start ripping it out and knitting it into this skirt. But, okay, what is this? These are, okay. So these are on Chiagoos. I probably should just take these out. Oh, my little broccoli. Probably should take that out so I can have these needles and this cord available to me. I've only got this far. I'm not sure. I think this might be a little too big. Maybe not. I am worried about the gauge though with this yarn. I have not gotten very far, so I can't tell yet, but it does look like it might be too see-through with these needles, so I might have to go down a needle size, right? Yes, go down a needle size so that the gauge is tighter. I don't want a see-through skirt. So, and I think I messed up a little bit picking up, because you knit it and then you pick up the stitches so that you have this fold over band and then you have this hole here so you can put elastic in. But I don't think I did it straight, especially like, look, you have these areas. I don't think I picked it up very straight. So this needs to get ripped back out. Will I knit it? Will I knit this project? I don't know. I think I'm going to hold off on that. So I'm going to rip it out, put this all away, and then figure this out. So this one is actually going to get frogged. Like, I'm going to frog it. I don't know. I'll probably wait to frog the actual sweater until I need the yarn. But yes, I don't think this one is going to work out for me. So that's nice. And the bag that I had it all in is from my friend Jen. She was Spectacular Knits. She made this bag for me as a gift. Love it. Yeah, it's nice that I'm actually making some choices here to get rid of some things. Next is my half and half triangles wrap. I finally grabbed it out of my purse. Since I'm on winter break, I decided to actually put it in a project bag so that I have it for more than just when I leave the house. This is the half and half triangle wrap by Pearl Soho. I started this June 9th, 2022. I don't know how everybody knits it so fast. I've been knitting on mine so I track my knitting using a spreadsheet, and so far this year I've knit on this for 51 days total. Granted, most of the time it's for 30 minutes here or an hour there while waiting to pick up my kids from school or while driving to Denver or, you know, just random little times. So it's not a lot of knitting at a time, but 50 days, that's the most I've knit on any project. So yeah, I'm just like, I'm in the middle of a row. I'm not going to fix that. But this is how much I have. So my progress keeper is not in the exact right spot because I did have to remove it for a minute one day. But I was roughly down in this area the last time I showed it on my podcast. But I have quite a bit done, but I'm still nowhere near having it finished to add the second color. So I don't know how people knit on this so fast. But I am using the called for yarn, which is Pearl Soho's Linen Quill. The first color, oh, I wish I remembered what it was called. I don't remember. It's kind of like this mauve color as you saw here. And then the second color will be oatmeal gray. This is the other color, and this linen quilt is 50% fine Highland wool, 35% alpaca, and 15% linen. So I do really love this yarn. It's fun to knit. This just takes forever, but maybe I can actually get more done on it soon. Now that it's not just going to be a travel project. So yeah, and I have it in this bag. I forgot what this company was called. I found it on Etsy. I just love the little moons. So yeah, I just pulled it out of my purse today to make sure I could show it. I started that, when did I say? Oh, June 9th. Okay, and that was number 8. Number 9 is the Lost Wood Shawl by Justine Chanel. It was part of a mystery box, the Gamer Box by Forbidden Fiber Co. You cannot access this pattern yet, but I do keep checking Forbidden Fiber Co.'s website occasionally. I'm not sure when the pattern would be released, but hopefully at some point. So this is the only picture I can really give you. It is, again, the Lost Wood Shawl. There's a lot of little sections that you knit up. Yarn is all Forbidden Fiber Co. Oh, kind of wish I had a little table right here to just set everything on. So we have Forbidden Fiber Co. This is the Gluttony Sock Mini, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It's 40 grams, and this is the Zelda colorway. It's like a mustardy green, a pea green. No, more mustard. So that one has not been used yet. This will be kind of like at the end of the shawl. Then we have same fiber. This one is the brown one, and this one is Link. Currently using that one now. And then the other 3 yarns are the Forbidden Fiber Co. Genesis, which is a 100% superwash merino. These are 50-gram balls. We have, where's the name? Sidekick, Subplot, and Anti-Hero. Which one is which? I couldn't tell you, I'm sorry. So we got the green one, gray one. I think the gray one is Anti-Hero. Orange one I think is Subplot, then that would mean Sidekick. Or this one's Sidekick and this is Subplot. Those 3 colors. That, and this is where I'm at. It's definitely funky. It definitely needs a really good blocking because most of it is garter. And then you have some little, you got some mosaic and then some crosses. And then this is fisherman's rib up here. So it's like a brioche. But it's fisherman's rib. So yeah, it definitely needs a good blocking. This is where I was the last time I showed it in my podcast. So I'm almost done with this fisherman's rib section. And then I will be doing some knits and pearls in the next section. So yeah, and the bag came in the box with everything. Definitely a little gamer themed. I thought this was so cute. I started this July 13th, 2022. Because I thought it'd be fun. I have another kind of thing like this, except it was the Squid Game thing. It has a cowl with the yarn and a little bag. I just haven't started it yet. I think my daughter would really like to wear that too. It's just a very Squid Game themed thing, but yes. All right, next one is number 10. That's the Shifty by Andrea Mowry. I started this on July 19th. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. So this is in this beautiful bag. This is Paige and Karina from the Long Island Yarn and Farm. Made exclusively by Eric and Christopher. I bought this from the Longmont Yarn store or shop. It's the Longmont Yarn Shop. Longmont Yarn Shop in Longmont, Colorado. I thought that was absolutely adorable. And I want this bag. It's being just commandeered by this project that I am unsure what I'm going to do with yet. So this is Shifty 2.0 by Andrea Mowry. I don't think I'm gonna knit this. I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of round yokes. I've made a few sweaters with round yokes. I don't think they fit me very well. And this one just looks a little funny. If this is the 2.0 that she knit, I don't know if this is, like, I'll be honest, I don't know if she just used the same picture from the first one. I don't know. I'd have to double check, but I don't really like the way that it sits on her body, so I don't think I'm gonna like it how it would sit on my body. So I think I'm gonna probably frog this. I did not get very far. I think I'm gonna frog it. I've already started to, as in I took the needles off of it, so this is all I have, and it's absolutely beautiful. The colors, I mean, I'll have to find a different project to use with this yarn with, but there's a lot of different yarns, so I don't know. I have Schopel Zauberball Crazy for this. So this is one of the colorways. Let's see here. I can't remember which one was going to be my main color. I think this one was going to be my main color, so I have like 3 balls of this, and then I have these 3 balls to be like the accent colors. I'm not going to tell you the names just because they're all in German, so I don't know how to pronounce half of these, but I don't know what to do now. I mean, they all make beautiful socks. I've made socks out of this yarn before. Oh, sorry, itchy nose. But yeah, I honestly, I don't know. I wish I could tell you what I do know. What I do know is I don't know. I don't really like the way that looks in this picture. It just looks very... Does it kind of look like it almost looks like she's wearing a football jersey just with pads under her shoulders? I don't know. It looks strange. So I mean, I have all the other Shifty patterns, but I do have yarn. Well, I have yarn for the Shifty, which is, or the Shift, which is the shawl. And then I had started the Shifty cowl, or the Shift cowl, but I didn't like my yarn choice because there wasn't enough contrast. Maybe I should make the Shift cowl using these yarns, but then I'm going to have way too much yarn. Then socks, I guess. I don't know. I don't like the way it looks in that picture, so maybe I won't be knitting this. Maybe I should rip it out and save the yarn for something else. I do love this yarn, and I love this bag. Okay, you know what? This is helping me, though, because I do want less WIPs. I do want less WIPs. Next is Newspaper by Joji Locatelli. I started this September 1st, 2022 for the Joji's Fall Knit Along, and I promptly decided that it was not the right time. It was not the right time. So I've had this been sitting. This is all I got. I have some mistakes in there. What's a little dragon? I have some mistakes in here, and I need these needles for something else. What are these? 4s? Yes, of course. Okay, again, mistakes. It wasn't the right time for me to be starting another project, especially something that was a knit along at that time. So I'm going to just go ahead and rip this out. Will I start this pattern back over again? Maybe in the future. For right now, no. Yarn I was using were Holst's Garn Super Soft in the black color and the ecru color. These are 500 gram skeins. So soft and squishy. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and rip this out and maybe come back to it at a later date. It's an all over brioche pullover, so that definitely requires more time and more brain energy. And currently my brain is being used for other things, so this one's going away. It's nice to have another one off my WIP list. Next, Spooky Socks by Renee Rockwell of Crow and Crescent Yarn. I started this September 30th. These are Halloween socks. I did not get very far because there is some new to me techniques that were being used in this sock. Oh, but I do plan to finish at some point. So this is the first sock that I have. I mean, it's the only one I have. But it's a bottom up. You start at the toe, and then you're going to go ahead and put this in. But because there's no color work all the way around, you actually do ladder back jacquard, which was new to me. Which is the, you know, you're making a second fabric on the back. But yeah, so that slowed me down quite a bit trying that. And then I need to duplicate stitch so that it looks like it's fading between the two colors. So I have to finish duplicate stitching with the dark orange on the bottom, and then I have to take the lighter orange and duplicate stitch some speckles on the top half. It's really pretty socks, but definitely gonna take time. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is the thickness that is right here because of the ladder back jacquard. So the rest of the sock's gonna be pretty thin, and then right here on the ball of my foot is gonna be pretty thick. But once I get past the duplicate stitching, the rest of the sock should go pretty quickly. I don't plan to work on this right at this time because they are Halloween socks. It's okay if I wait. So yeah, it was a kit from Crow and Crescent Yarn. She dyed all the yarn and she made the pattern, which is pretty cool. It's the Spooky Sock Kit. I'm wondering if she'll have more next year. So it's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and then you got, so it was this black color, just a beautiful black, and then these two minis. I think they're only 10 grams. Yes, they're only 10 grams. So these two really pretty oranges. But yeah, I still want these, so they're gonna be done. It's just doing the ladder back jacquard and then the duplicate stitching was definitely a slowdown for me. I don't love ladder back jacquard. It's not difficult. Definitely watch videos if you've never done it. It's just slow. That's all. And I have it in this little bag that I received as a gift in a swap. It's a perfect little bag for socks. It's a felt bag with some snaps and a little handle. I don't know where it came from. It's cool. I like it. Next, the Folly skirt. The Folly skirt. This one is like my main project right now. So you've probably seen it if you watch any of my other knitting podcasts, all my podcast updates. This one has been a joy, an absolute joy. This is where I'm at. This is a skirt, a free pattern by Espostrico. I started this December 7th and I'm almost to the end of chart 2. So there's 4 charts total in this and I'm almost to the end of chart 2. Let me go ahead and stand up with this one real quick. Oh, I'm excited to actually try this. Oh, of course. I stand up and I can't have it as low as I want it. I do plan to try this on as soon as I get chart 2 finished and a little bit more steam. I like to steam block each section as I go for, you know, finished photos. So I'm going to have to, I also need to transfer this to a bigger cable. So this is currently on, well, let's just say I got a new cable yesterday in the mail, a 37-inch Chiagu cord. This is currently on a 30-inch cord, which was the biggest that I had, and now I'm gonna have to transfer it to my biggest cord because this is definitely scrunched up on there, and that's not fun. But all over color work. It's a worsted weight skirt. I love this thing. I cannot wait to have it finished so that I can wear it. It's going to be so warm. I still need to add the waistband to it. You don't do that until the end. I mean, you could do it at any time, but I'm going to add that at some point. But yeah, what else can I say about it? It's fantastic. It does hurt my hands a little bit because it is getting huge. So where I was last Sunday was right here in the middle of this motif, and I've done all that since Sunday. It's currently Wednesday. So I do go a little bit ham, and I need to be careful about that because it is gonna hurt. It does hurt a little bit sometimes. These are knit on a US 6 as well, which is a 4mm. Where's the... Yep, 6 4mm needles. Chiagu, that's what I like to use. But yeah, again, this is a free pattern by Espostrico. All of my yarn, all of my yarn is in this wonderful basket. There goes the ball. So there's 10 colors total in this skirt, and I went with these beautiful cool, are they cool colors? Yeah, mostly cool colors. There's a couple, there's, oh my goodness, take these out because they're attached to the skirt. I think the only warm color I have is Hollyberry, but it is on the cooler side of the red, which I absolutely love this color. But yep, and I've used all 10 colors in this skirt. Everything keeps falling out. I've used all 10 colors already. I've gone through one full skein of the Dove, is this Dove Heather? One full skein of this already in there. So I have 2 more skeins, and I think that'll be plenty. I think that'll be plenty. So far I'm doing okay with my colors. I'm not sure if there'll be any that I run out, but we'll see, because this is still getting larger and larger. Width-wise, I'm still increasing. I'm doing a lot of increasing in this next chart to widen it up at the bottom. And I believe there's a Latvian braid. Is it a Latvian braid or an Estonian braid at the bottom of the skirt, just to end the bottom with like a pretty trim. But yeah, and then all my ends still need to get woven in. But yeah. So this is my main focus because I want it done before the cold months are over. And we're just starting to get into our coldness. Actually, off topic of knitting, but weather related, tomorrow morning, I live in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Tomorrow morning with the wind chill, it's supposed to be like -53. That is very unheard of here. We almost never hit single digit temperature, and this is all Fahrenheit. It's very rare for us to even get into the single digit numbers for temperature here. It's usually in the teens or in the it's usually in the 20s, honestly. We almost never hit negatives. And the fact that we're going to get this Arctic chill and it's going to be -50 something in the morning is absolutely crazy. It's crazy. And I grew up in northern Wisconsin. And I think this is absolutely crazy. Okay, so back to my last WIP. My last WIP is also a new start, so this hasn't even been shown in any of my podcasts. So I just started this yesterday, just for fun, I guess. I wanted another pair of socks knit. I had gone to the store and grabbed some yarn, and I saw this one, and I was like, okay, well, let's just, grab this. So my first pair of socks were made from this kind of yarn, and I really love them. So I was like, I had another ball of it in a different colorway, but I needed more because this yarn, I'll show you. Patton's Croy sock. While these are 50-gram skeins, this isn't enough to make a full pair of socks. It's not enough. So I had one skein here at home, so I grabbed another skein while I was at the store yesterday. This is the Brown Rose Marl colorway, and this yarn is 75% wool and 25% nylon. You can get this at big box stores, which is amazing considering mostly all you can get is acrylic, but these make really good socks. Again, my very first pair of socks I ever knit was with this brand. And I really love those socks, even though I knit them a little too big. So I got these for the main, this is the main, and then for the heels, toes, and cuffs, I am using same brand, but it's in the flax colorway. So it's kind of already in this one, so I thought it was perfect. And then this is where I'm at. So I should have probably knit the cuff a little bit longer. I do like my cuffs on the longer side, but I was ready to switch over. So I did 10 rounds of the cuff and then went ahead and started in the color. So I'm just going to knit vanilla socks with probably either I'm going to do an afterthought heel or I'm going to do a fish lips kiss heel. Probably a fish lips kiss heel, to be honest. And then yeah, so I started this and I wanted to start the second sock on another set of needles, but then I realized all my other US ones were currently on other projects, so I can't use them. The mittens and, oh gosh, where's the other one? You know, I thought about it yesterday and I thought I knew where it was. Oh, duh. The other set of socks. My Halloween socks. So the mittens and the Halloween socks has the other set of my US ones. So I can only do one sock at a time. I'm also calling these my winter solstice socks, even though I started them yesterday and today is the winter solstice. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah, so that's my last WIP. That was started again yesterday, December 20th. I have this in my Lila Styles bag. It's the Labyrinth, Chibi Labyrinth. Super cute, super cute. So yeah. Where'd I put the basket? Right there. Okay. So yeah, that's all my WIPs. That is all that I have. With me taking out, let's see here. If I take out this one and this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd leave me with 9 WIPs. That would leave me with 9 WIPs if I took out the ones that I mentioned I was going to take out. So that's not bad. I would love to have a total of 3 WIPs at a time. I really would. But trying to get there is definitely difficult. But yeah, that is it for this video. It's an hour long. Hopefully I'll have a little bit editing. Probably not too much. But I do appreciate you stopping by and watching my WIP parade. Definitely hope to have most of these WIPs gone for next year's WIP parade. So, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you'd like, go ahead and subscribe. I'd appreciate that greatly. That way you can be, and if you hit the bell too, you'd be notified whenever I upload. I typically upload every Sunday. This Sunday will not be uploading a video because of Christmas. So happy holidays to you. And I do hope that you return to see what I have for the new year. I also have a year in review video coming up soon, so stay tuned for that as well. That'll be everything that I knit in 2022. Plans for 2023, not entirely sure. I might make another video for that, but my plans change quite often, so... but yes, I do have a year in review video coming out soon, so stay tuned. Again, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye!